Okay, here we go. Today's Tuesday, the 2nd of December. Almost that time, almost Christmas time. I'm excited. So today, let's do a couple of things real quick, couple of announcements. We'll go to share. And let me hide my Zoom stuff out of the way so I can see what I'm doing in Photoshop. And first things first, June 7th through the 11th, 2026 in Idlewild, West Coast School. Photoshop in a week from help to heck yeah. Here's a chance to start from the beginning and then work your way up. Have a good time. Every time we do a class, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you get to learn a lot and you get to have a lot of fun. So we'll get rid of this one. And then we have, if you can't make West Coast School, we have Texas School, which is Photoshop 0 to 60 in a week. And this one's about the same, a little bit more parties involved than West Coast School. Same amount of learning, whole week of school. January 3rd at 11 o'clock Central Time is when you're allowed to sign up. Tech or West Coast School, you can sign up right now and get away with it. So sign up for either one, enjoy yourselves, and have a good time. So let's go. Boom, boom. Today we're supposed to talk about doing print comp images because I was asked to do that again, although we've done this a few times, but that's okay. We're going to do it anyway. And with this one, I'm going to show a couple of different techniques on how to make an image out of it. Um, First thing I'm going to do is go to image size. I'm going to make it 4,000 pixels. Then I have to resize it after I do the work to it to bring it back down to 4,000 pixels. So I'm going to make a copy layer, Command J, Control J, or you can drag background down to the plus sign next to the trash can in the layers panel, and that makes a copy that way. To me, it's faster, just hit Control or Command J, and you got it made. So let's go to, make sure my background is selected, image, canvas size. And if you look above canvas size, you have generative upscale. That is a new thing that came out in the last update, and it uses the Topaz products to do an upscale on it. You can 2 or 4 times as big. It's completely up to you, but I'm not going to upscale it. I'm just going to go to canvas size. And I'm going to add 2 inches all the way around. So I'm going to type in 2, tab 2, hit my color checker over here, and I'm going to make it so it's not exactly white. I could come over and select this, which is pure white, but I'm going to make it just a little bit darker, add a little bit of gray to it, click OK, and now we have background there. And the next thing we want to do, hang on, somebody's trying to call me. I don't want to be called. Is with the background copy, I am going to add a stroke. There's a couple of ways to do this. One is click on the FX at the bottom of the layers panel, or double click in the blue area, which some people have gray, double click in that and go to stroke. And that is a perfect stroke. Big, huge, giant stroke, 250 pixels. The reason I say that's perfect stroke, there are some people that will put that in image competition. So if I hit 6 pixels, and I'm going to take it, change the color to the gray from his shirt, and that works just like that. I mean, that, but wait, there's more. If I make a copy of the background copy, so hit Command or Control J, turn off the stroke on the bottom layer, and I'm going to take the opacity and leave it at 100%. Take the fill, drag it down to 0 on layer 2, and then when I resize it, Command or Control T to transform, and all I have to do is go up to the width and the height and go up to say 102, click OK. And what that does, it gives me a border all the way around and then the stroke. So there's a couple different ways to do that. Say, well, it's too close. Let's bring it up a little bit different. Okay, Command or Control T. Let's go to 101 to add a little bit more. Click OK. And now you've got that stroke around there, which may be a little bit too dark. So all you have to do is double click on the word stroke, and we'll bring up to a dark gray or medium gray. And you have before and after. And I think I like the lighter gray because it just doesn't jump out so hard. Any opinions out there?
Yeah, I think it definitely needs to be lighter.
Yeah, I think so too. And if you want, what you can do, turn the stroke back on there, change the color of that stroke to about the same area. And now you have a total distraction of 2 strokes going around it. I bring that up because there are some people that do 2 or 3 strokes, and I know Dwight and Dennis judge nationally, but I've judged state level, and it's just a distraction. In fact, that dark gray stroke should probably even go a little bit lighter. So
I kept getting hit time after time with a 6-pixel stroke. And I'm finally down where I'm doing a 3 now because of that.
well, it depends on the size of the image too. There's a 3, and it's lighter. So it depends. Normally they say 4 to 6 pixels, no more. A lot of people though will crank it up to a whole lot bigger, and it's distracting. So let me go back to history on this, go to open, and we did image size. So let's take it back to image size. This time I'm going to do a little bit different technique on it. So we'll make a copy of that layer, Command or Control J. Boom, we have a copy. Go to image, canvas size. And last time we did 2 inches, which put an inch all the way around what we had there. Like, let me make sure. Image size, 4,000. Okay. So let's go to canvas size, and we'll go 3 inches. 3 inches, we put an inch and a half all the way around. And this is a technique that Sherry Hammond taught me, and I really like using this technique. So what I'm going to do, make a full screen so I can see what I'm doing. You can use your guides. So I'm going to bring it in an inch from that side, and then an inch from the top to 1 inch. And you see that they matched up equally. Hard to see that color. So let's go ahead and go to Command K, guides. We'll change the guide color from there to bright red. That way you can see it. Click OK. And it doesn't show up very much anyway. That's okay. I could, if I wasn't lazy, draw one to the right, draw one to the left. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go M for marquee, start in the upper left-hand corner, and then drag down. And as you get centered, you can see the purple line there says, okay, you got it right, or top and bottom is perfectly centered. And I have an equal distance all the way around. You can go ahead and put your guides all the way around, but I'm lazy. I shouldn't be doing a shortcut like that. And now I have everything set up, so I'm going to hit Command-Shift-I. Command-Shift-I will invert my mask that I just did, or with the selection, you can go up to Select to Inverse. For me, the keyboard shortcut's so much faster. So I just hit Command-Shift-I and it inverses, and you can see the outside, it's what's selected. And go to my background layer, hit Command or Control J, and you go, well, that didn't do anything. But you can see, whoops, you can see it did make a little bit of difference there. So with that layer selected, I can go to Effects, or I can double click on the side of the layer there where it says Layer 2 to the right of that. Double click on that, and it brings up my layer styles. Click on Bevel and Emboss. With Bevel and Emboss, here's the crazy thing. You can screw things up big time, which sometimes people do that. And you go, well, doggone it, it's all messed up. So I'm going to reset it again. My default on here, where it says reset to default, my default every time I open it is inner bevel, smooth, depth of 275, down, and then you can change it, but it's at 18. Let me click back. And soften is 2 pixels. I choose to do multiply and multiply. Highlight mode, multiply at 25%. Shadow mode, multiply at 25%. The reason being, if I do screen and change it to white, let me get rid of my guides. You can go view down to guides, clear guides, or you can drag them out, either one. When you do the highlight mode in screen, you can see on the right side over here that it makes it less visible. So if you don't get the correct lighting on there, it really messes up. So I'll reset to default, and now it has the correct all the way around. A lot of times judges will see that and say, hey, you did that wrong. You can also change your setting on the angle of the light. And if you want, you can go with outer bevel. You can go with emboss, which makes it a little funkier. Pillow emboss. And you just experiment with these. Stroke emboss just doesn't do it. There's nothing there. Inner bevel is the way I was taught to do it. And you can do size, make it bigger or smaller. And you can change the shadow distance for up and down. Down is what I was taught by Sherry, so that's what I do. And again, once you find what works for you, make it your default by clicking on the Make Default button. And then anytime you screw it up, you just click on Reset to Default. Now what I can do is go to Drop Shadow. And I'm not going to put a drop shadow. I'm going to do a stroke, which makes it stronger. And again, let's make that big giant stroke. Not reset. I'm just going to do a light stroke in there, maybe 1 or 2 pixels, and then drop shadow, reset to default, make sure I got it right. And that looks a little heavy-handed. So I'm going to drag the size back down. In fact, I'm going to get rid of that stroke. There we go. Drag the size down. You can cause it to spread. You can do distance, which looks like yuck. Reset to default to get back where we started. Bring my size down a little bit. And then once you have that, you just click OK. And if you want, you can go into your top layer, which is this guy all by himself. Double click on it, and you can add an outer glow, not orange. I'm actually going to make it a gray. Click OK. And then you can change the opacity, the noise, and the spread is not showing up. Size is not doing anything either. Why is that? Because it's in screen mode. Okay. There we go. That's why nothing showed up. And if something's not working, check your settings to make sure that you're in the right settings. Because you see here, I was in the blend mode. I was in screen. Screen doesn't work because I was using dark colors. So I had to change it to multiply. Click OK. And just has a little bit of a shadow around there. Or if you don't like that, turn the shadow off or the outer glow off, do a drop shadow. And with your drop shadow, you can move it around to where you like it. If you're on, like right now, I'm on Bevel and Emboss, and I try to move it, the whole picture moves. But if I'm on the drop shadow section, then the same thing happens. I can drag just the drop shadow around so it looks realistic. And again, you can do the spread, you can do the size, soften it, whatever you want to do. You can drop the opacity down so it doesn't show up very much, but it's there but not there. It's just another way to enhance your image. What you don't want to do, though, is have all your effects take over the image. You want your image to be the real deal. Any questions on that one? Going once, going twice. This one's one I like to play with just for fun, so let's do a crop on it. And image size, we will go to, oh, it's tiny. Let's go to 4,000. And we're going to lose a little bit of quality on there without resizing it properly, but we're in a hurry, so. And go to my straighten tool. So if the lines are straight across there. Image size, 4,000 I said. There we go. And let's make a copy of that layer. So Command and Control J. We now have a copy. Go to background. Same thing. Image, canvas size. Let's add 2 inches around. Change the canvas color to, let's just go to 50% gray. Should be dark enough. I don't know. Not bad. With layer 1, I want to add a stroke, so I'll just double click up here, click on FX, go to stroke, and I want to pick a color that's going to work for this image. And for me, what works for this, click the color picker, click pink, And with your stroke, make sure you do an inside stroke, not an outside or a center, but always an inside. And it's set to 2 pixels. You can barely see it. Take it up to 4, and it has just a touch there. And probably a little bit too bright. Let's zoom in so you can see it. Double click on stroke, click on the color. And as you make the adjustments, you can see the color changing as we do it. So if I pick right here and then go down just a hair, it's got a stroke, but it doesn't have a major stroke. So let's go ahead and Command J that one. Take our original layer up on top, drop the fill to 0, and then we'll make it a little bit bigger, Command or Control T. And let me find my mouse, there it is. And we'll go to 102 just to drop it out. And you can see it's there now, but it's not there. It's not something that you really notice, but it's just a hint of color there. And the reason for dropping the fill instead of opacity, I'm going to take fill up to 100, drop the opacity down to 0, and then you'll notice that the stroke disappears as well. So everything in that layer disappears. If you just do the fill, it gets rid of the picture, but not any of the effects that you did to it. And if you have a problem to where the top is bigger than the side, Command or Control T for free transform, unclick the link, and we'll take the width 101, just little by little take it up. In fact, that was a little bit too big, so we'll go Command or Control T for free transform, width 100.5. Just take it up just a hair, and then it matches the side and the top, and that's what you want to do. But you want to pick something out of the image other than just putting in a white stroke, or a lot of times you see this and it just, that stroke is so bright, the judges think that it's a huge stroke, and it was 4 pixels. But they see this big giant white there, and it stands out. So you have to be careful of that. If you do a bright color or a different color, maybe take it to gray, and you can get away with, say, a 6 pixel stroke. But if you do white, it's going to look huge. So
Michael, one thing real fast before you take that down, you used a gray matte board, and the judges, when they're judging when we're judging MYRs and things, our background is a gray background.
right.
And so caution to use a different value, because I've seen some that have blended in so much. And that's not bad, but there are some that are so close to the background, it's hard for us to even see where the background and the matte and make a change. So be careful of that.
I must agree with you 1000%. You are correct. You can see here, it's a little bit, mine's a little bit darker.
But the challenge is, even though
Yeah.
the judges all supposedly have calibrated monitors, everybody's going to see different things on their monitor, even though they're calibrated. So just caution on the gray matte style, the values of it.
I would
Yeah,
have to
sometimes
agree.
if I'm concerned about that, I will put about a 1 pixel stroke around the outside, just so it separates out. And you never know what kind of background or color background people are using when they review the pictures in advance.
But what we
Well,
could,
the MIRs are supposed to, and anything out just like that, are supposed to be the gray backgrounds we use. So, and I'm sure Dwight's had the same issues before. So Just it's not a big deal, but just solve any problems beforehand.
Yep.
I agree.
And if you want to put a 1 pixel stroke around it, here's the easiest way. Hit Command A, go up to, I believe it's Edit, down to Stroke. And I would probably do a lighter gray stroke. It says 2 pixels there. I'll drop it to 1 pixel. Deselect, and you can't hardly see it, but it's there. So I definitely agree with you, Dennis. I have seen some where you're going, where does this picture end, or is it anything around it? So great comment. So anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints?
Just a thought, I've got my presentations all set up with actions. And the thing I haven't gotten around to, which I really want to, and I'm gonna do, is set pauses. So I've got like 10 actions to do the same thing. But if you set one up where you can pause it and change the color of the stroke, change size of things, it would be very, very handy. So that's kind of been on my calendar to do. And it might be
So-
something that you might want to think about demonstrating.
So stops or pauses. Okay, and there was something else somebody suggested.
Here.
I was hoping you'd forget.
With a
I
pen
wonder,
tool.
I wonder why.
Yeah, with the pen tool, Michael.
With the hey, I would shock the hell out of everybody. I mean, the heck out of everybody if I hit the pen tool, wouldn't you? That would be kind of fun. Okay, cool. Anything else? All righty.
If it's going to be your last one, your favorite thing to share with us.
Oh my God. I don't know if I have a favorite thing to share. It's just all the new stuff that comes out. I'm enjoying playing with all that stuff, although I'm burning credits right and left. I did three programs back to back and burned over 90 credits, about 10 credits per. Well, let me take a look. You guys know to look at your Creative Cloud, click on your picture in the upper right, view your generative AI balance. Oh, you know what? It's a new month. I should have. Oh, they haven't credited me yet. Next reset's December 5th. I'm at 1730, so I've burned 370 credits. Wow.
Coming so fast that by the time I learn one new thing, I forget the last thing I just learned.
You know, it's funny you say that, Hutch, because if you don't use it, you forget it. Well,
Absolutely.
there's simple things that I have to go back and research how to do that I used to know way back when. It's so easy and simple.
It's not that you forgot, it's just they've changed how they do it and improved how you do it. And so it's not that you forgot, it's just that the improvisions have done on it have changed the system.
Well,
Yeah.
it's also I forgot. I have CRS.
The older I get, the worse it gets.
Oh yeah. I have some timers. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Yeah, it's a challenge because there's a lot of simple things I had to go back in my classes. Somebody said, "Well, how do you do that?" Oh, that's simple. Go to. Oh crap! How do you do that one?
I
So-
got a quick one. If you're going, are you through with your competition stuff?
Sure.
I had a question is that I had some images I was trying to do some type on, and the type wouldn't come off capital. I could go on to another image or a blank and I could type it and then I could drag it onto that image. But then I went into it, reset the type and everything, but it still stayed.
Okay. Okay, do 8.5 by 11. T for type. And I'm going to change it to black. Or let's make it red so you can see it. Lorem ipsum. And I do like having my lorem ipsum pop up because I know what it's going to type. And so if I don't like that particular one, I can go to Arial Black. And we'll just leave it like that. Call it good. Well, if you go to Properties in your Type tool, I'm trying to remember which one does all caps. Make sure in Properties the double T right there is not selected.
Which one you looking at? Okay, the property, yeah. But there's also one at the top of the thing when you hit type at the very top by your red mark, there's a T up there as well that
This T, let me go back to here. Command A.
yeah, see there it's all capitals.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm going to leave it capitals for now.
You finish that out ASS.
Love how you just slip that in there, Dennis.
Is that what you're talking about, Dennis?
It's a gift.
Okay. So if I do this, I have a T right here. And then also in my contextual taskbar, you have the T there, and there's a second T, which is more type action options. This is dynamic text. So if you click on that, it makes everything fit within that box. If you undo it, it goes back to where it was. So you have your dynamic text, which is one of the newer things. That they've come up with to where everything fits. To me, it makes me a little bit crazy because what if I don't want that line to be as big? Well, you can see my dollar signs get really, really big because it's only 3 letters. So if I took out, go to text mode, get rid of that, get rid of that. Now the @ sign is as big, one letter is as big as the entire first sentence. It's as wide. So that's dynamic text. So that's what that T is up there for. And I haven't even looked at the other options up here. Oh, okay. Same as the properties, undo that. So does that answer your question, Dennis?
I think so. I'll go back and look. Like
Okay.
I said, it'd work on one, but it wouldn't work on the other. So it was just really weird.
Yeah, it's just when you play with the properties, you can change from left justify, right justify, center, or full justify, which I use full justify a lot when I'm doing certain projects, which is really cool. Kind of what you see when you read a book is full justify. Any other questions? Okay, let's do this.
Nope.
Let's say goodbye to the recording. Goodbye, recording. Everybody say goodbye. Fine.